Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Goober Gaming and my name's Michael, and today I'm going to be doing a reaction video for the World of Warcraft Midnight deep dive, where it's going to be a Q&A with the developers. So I'm sure there'll be some interesting revelations and a lot of questions asked and a lot of answers given to some of the things that we really want to know. So if you can, in the meantime, if you can hit like, subscribe and also share this video, I'd appreciate it so I can keep bringing more weekly content and more weekly videos. So let's dive in, let's check it out. Okay, let's go, let's see what's going down.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, German subtitles.
Here at the end of The War Within, the first dramatic chapter of the World Soul Saga, we've seen the adventure take us into the depths of the world, and even to worlds cast out into the great dark beyond. We've seen our villain Xal'atath running around and amassing untold power. We've seen her siphon the energies of Dalaran, and even those of the black blood beneath Azj-Kahet. And recently, Xal'atath assumed the power of the last Void Lord, Dimensius. So the question remains, what will she do with all that power? And what are her intentions relative to our precious World Soul? So
Good
now,
question.
as midnight descends, and the second, darker chapter of our trilogy begins, Xal'atath has returned to Azeroth, leading an army known as the Devouring Host, intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness. You, the heroes of Azeroth, will be set on a collision course with Xal'atath to save not only Azeroth itself, but everything that is.
That was pretty epic. Not gonna lie, I love how he gets so involved in it. He's got the voice and everything, and he looks so commanding and wisdomous these days. Especially with the bald head, he's really suiting that. I'm digging it. Okay, let's go. Midnight deep dive.
Hi everyone. As we kick
Hi,
off
Ian.
our Midnight Alpha, we'd like to give you all a deep dive into what's in store. We want to
Okay,
recap
that's what we're
everything
here
we've
for.
shared so far, along with some brand new details. Today we're going to talk about the story of Midnight, as well as the zones, dungeons, delves, and raids that await if you want to save our world from Xal'atath. We're also going to talk about some big new features coming in Midnight, like Prey and the Devourer Demon Hunter specialization. And of course, let's not forget housing. Thank you so much for
Yeah, I'm
joining
here
us
for the
today.
housing.
And as always, thank you for being a part of this amazing community, for choosing to spend your time in Azeroth and with each other. Now, without further ado,
That feels sincere.
let's see what's in store for our home away from home. After all, it's nearly midnight.
The void storm rages in the sky, a surging
hype.
vortex of shadow and chaos. Xal'atath has returned. Wielding the dark heart, she carves a path of destruction through once tranquil lands. Her all-consuming goal, devour the heavens, blot out all light, and bring about her midnight. It is in the shadow of this swirling storm that the defenders of Azeroth must rally once more. For peace, for the light, for the good. This is not a battle. It is a reckoning. At the Sunwell,
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really a big fan of this trailer, but I'm kind of hyped to see the revamped Silvermoon City. I think that's going to be epic, but yeah, the trailer didn't really do it justice.
that eternal bastion of light and hope, Lady Liadrin and Lord Themar Theron lead the Blood Elves as they prepare to make their final stand. Because across all worlds and all stories, one thing never changes. Home is worth fighting for.
Yeah.
Welcome to World of Warcraft Midnight.
So Midnight is actually the 12th expansion, just in
Your
case you're
story
wondering.
begins on the Isle of Quel'Danas. In the immediate aftermath of Xal'atath's invasion, the Sunwell surges with light, calling out to all heroes of Azeroth for aid, while the vile creatures of the Void wage a relentless assault.
So this footage here, as you might be able to see in the video, it is alpha footage, so I presume it's probably what it's going to look like for the most part, but maybe they'll update or change some things. But for now, I mean, let's check it out. Looks pretty cool.
In the hopes of extinguishing it once and for all, flying monstrosities attack from darkened skies, and malign foes manifest without warning to wreak havoc across the plateau. Stand true with the champions of Azeroth as they mount a desperate defense against this invasion. For if the Sunwell falls, so too does the world. The defense of the Sunwell leads you directly into Silvermoon City.
Wow, that looks pretty impressive.
But not the one you know. The renewed light of the Sunwell symbolizes Silvermoon's revitalization, shining over a city fully restored to a thrumming, living capital.
I mean, they've sort of maintained the charm and the aesthetic, I guess, but it just looks a lot more polished, which is kind of cool. And some of the light effects I noticed looked a lot more crisp, so yeah. Looks pretty good.
Familiar landmarks gleam with fresh polish, while new areas like the Sanctum
That's very
of
cool.
Light
Very,
and
very
the Garden
cool.
of Remembrance offer countless nooks and stories to explore. Inside the city walls, the threat of Xalatath's war draws the Alliance and Horde into wary cooperation, with shared spaces hosting common services like trainers, the auction house, vendors, and more. Around a third of the city remains off-limits to those under the Lion's banner, so the Alliance allegiant should tread lightly or risk being attacked on sight.
So basically the Alliance are going to have this like tiny little sort of cordoned off area. It's kind of hilarious. It's also going to be kind of weird, I guess, having Alliance in the actual Silvermoon City, but I guess it makes sense for the purpose of the story in Midnight.
Outside the city walls, however, is where your role in the fight against the Void really begins to take shape. The strength of the Sunwell infuses Eversong Woods with restorative energy.
So yeah, it looks like
they're
they're updating
wars past and
Eversong Woods, so kind of cool. New quests and things, I imagine.
All of what you remember of
New
this
NPCs.
lush, thriving forest is here. But Eversong is also a reimagined landscape of increased scale and greater beauty. Most noticeably, the Ghostlands and Eversong Woods are now joined into one
That's quite a view.
large zone, which is itself joined to the Eastern Kingdoms. Eversong's flourishing fluorescence is not without complication. Though the Sunwell's light is a boon to the environment, its surging power causes pockets of light.
Love that little plant, dude.
Kind
Kinda looks like something out of Super Mario.
To experience surges of their own. The light bloom's rampant propagation, if left unchecked, threatens to smother all life under an overgrown tangle. Your adventures through Eversong will have you investigating the light bloom.
I mean, one thing I will say is Blizzard has always been great at zone design for the most part. I know there's some fuss at the moment with each expansion pretty much always just being 4 zones. I wish they'd kind of break out of that. It seems a little bit monotonous now, but in terms of the actual aesthetic and how it looks, you know, with each expansion they just get better and better and better. So yeah, very impressed so far. Aesthetically looks great, and nice to know that they're sort of refreshing the zone.
Dealing with the aftermath of a Hawkstrider chick gone wild. Helping a suspicious apothecary with questionable motives.
Okay,
Untangling
sounds
the
fun.
secrets of 2 feuding nobles, and even getting caught up in a sinister murder
Oh
plot
yeah, look at that armor.
alongside Magister Umbric as he works to crack the secrets of the Void. It is up to you how your story progresses beyond Eversong Woods, with 3 available paths you can tackle in any order. Brave the ancient troll kingdom of Zul'Aman.
Wow, I honestly can't wait to explore Zul'Aman. It's gonna be amazing. I mean, I've got some vague memories from TBC and stuff like that, but I'm sure they'll do it quite a lot of justice, you know, with the refresh and the new polish and stuff like that. It's gonna be awesome.
Investigate the gnarled hidden roots of Harandar, or accompany Arator on his journey to better understand the light, the void, and himself.
Cool.
Zul'Aman finds the Armani Troll Empire at one of its lowest
Familiar
points.
little run up
the
there.
homeland of warlord Zul'Jin. Zul'Aman was once a place where Loa bestowed to the Armani their godly strength,
Oh man,
and were devoutly revered.
the Zul'Aman trolls look cool, like really cool. I kind of like the proportions better. It's almost somewhere between orc male and troll male, which I've always thought would be quite a good fit for the trolls, just to kind of bulk them out a little bit. So yeah, very impressive.
The temples still stand.
I feel like we need them now.
But proud. The eagle, the lynx, the dragon hawk, and the bear. Ascend windswept sky-scraping peaks.
Man, that just looks so cool.
Ruins shrouded in fog. Traverse stormy wilds teeming with vicious beasts. And accompany Zuljara, granddaughter of Zuljin, and the pragmatic pillar of strength now leading.
She looks kind of like an orc and cross between a troll. It's quite interesting.
People from void-aligned cultists and the monsters they revere. The Amani are invaluable allies in the defense against Xalatath's invading force. If you help them fight for their home, they will help you fight for yours.
Okay, I feel like, I just want to pause there. I feel like we are probably going to end up with Zul'Aman trolls, just because they've updated the models there, and we're going to be helping them out as part of quite a big quest hub. So if they don't do it initially, I feel like it's going to be a race that's pretty much primed to join the Horde, possibly. I'm not sure how it would work with the Alliance and stuff, just because I'm not super up on the lore and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I would love them on the Horde. They look amazing.
At the confluence of the world tree's roots lies an impossible primordial jungle known as Harandar. It is here that Azeroth's entire history wraps, twists, and braids, a literal entanglement of all that has been and all that will be.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Is a land of
it's like a dinosaur mushroom.
Growth, fungal towers, glowing moss bridges, and entire villages sprout from Harandar's wild, organic fabrics. The pulsing heart of this knotted tangle is the cradle, once the domain of a nascent goddess, long vanished, and now the home of the Haranir, who have for generations lived secretly under its soothing light. The reclusive Haranir are a proud and insular people. They have long avoided interfering in matters of the world above.
Maybe we'll just give the Alliance the Haranir and the Horde take the Zul'Aman trolls. I think that would be a win-win.
But Xalatath's destructive ambition does not stop at the surface, and the Haranir can no longer afford the luxury of neutrality. There is another way you can help with the defense of Azeroth against Xalatath's cruel machinations. Accompany Eretor, son of Turalian and Aleria Windrunner, on a continent-spanning journey in the hopes of bolstering the Sunwell and strengthening the vanguard of the light. This story-driven adventure finds you traveling with Eretor as he searches for sacred relics and attempts to peel...
One thing I do want to say is I've noticed in recent expansions there's always like key NPCs that you end up following around for a lot of the story and a lot of the expansion, and to me that does kind of get annoying. I think because we've done it so many times throughout these recent expansions, I feel like sometimes I'd like to just be an adventurer again and just kind of find my own path. So that's my only kind of quandary or issue with that, but I'm sure they'll do it well.
Peel back the mysteries of the Void, all while grappling with his own relationships to his family and
Scarlet Monastery.
Eretor's mission brings new experiences to familiar
I won't
locations.
say no to revisiting
Defend Light's
Scarlet
Hope
Monastery
Chapel from an
cool.
attack by Scourge
Oh
forces.
yeah, man.
Fight through the dark.
Come on, yeah. Bring the old zones back.
To put to rest those who would pervert the light for their own nefarious gain, and work with Sunwalker
Okay,
Desco
I am impressed
in
there.
Hammerfall to help Eretor in discovering the paladin he aspires to become. Eretor's story reaches its climax in the shadow of Blackrock Mountain, when alongside the Sons of Lothar, he must face the weight of his father's legacy and decide...
It's funny the kind of contrast with how sharp his armor looks compared to like the, I guess, low-res textures of Blackrock Mountain and all that kind of stuff. It's quite funny.
Once and for all, whether he is willing to rise to meet it. The raging center of an unraveling shadowy maelstrom, and the epicenter of Xalatath's power. Voidstorm overflows with violence.
I can already tell that's going to be an annoying zone. It's either going to be obnoxiously hard or just irritating to traverse.
Gravity becomes untethered and tethers again. Insatiable void creatures known as Dominar stalk the storm, each one as unique and ancient as it is
cool.
hateful
I like
and
their models.
hungry. They carry
Gives
on
them a
their
bit more
eternal hunt
personality.
for power under the black gaze
As
of
opposed to
three
the
enormous
normal sort of void
nexus
walkers
points,
and things like that.
hubs of the malicious dark energy Xalatath draws upon to fuel her void spar and conduct her unyielding
So much
assault
void.
against the Sunwell. Join Azeroth's champions and the Void Elves in their quest to understand what powers this storm and stave off its approach. Though much of the world of Midnight lies in the ominous shade of the encroaching void, there is at least one refuge.
And this must be
for
the house
living,
stuff.
the Arcantina.
Oh, it's
What
not.
began as a hidden sanctuary is now a not-so-secret tavern.
This is really cool. I'm getting sort of Harry Potter vibes from it.
A big, cozy space filled by music, chatter,
Yeah.
and life.
Yeah, that's what we need more
If the
of. More
void is
cozy
the bleak
spaces.
and the cold, the Arcantina is its opposite. A warm spark in the heart of every patron. It is a place to gather with friends, find the perfect comfy sitting room, or just soak in the atmosphere of a well-traveled watering hole. As a crossway
I feel like the older I get, the more this type of stuff appeals to us. I just want to be cozy and chilling with friends.
for people of all kinds, the Arcantina also serves as a source of new adventures. Familiar faces stop by here and there, spinning
Gammon.
stories and offering quests that send you far across Azeroth in search
Hopefully we
of
can't
relics
kill
of
him.
the past.
I feel like he's been
Follow
killed
the
enough
course
over the
they
years.
set for you to discover a fresh perspective on familiar locations. Xalatath is determined in her destiny, an unrelenting foe with an army that never sleeps. But you can't live every moment in grim resistance. The Arcantina is always here, should you find yourself in need of a little respite.
Yeah, man. I'm digging that.
The
It's
mysteries
one of my
the
favourite
origins
things.
of the void and the knowledge and power to stop it are not to be found only on the surface. For true deliverance, as always, hides in snarled labyrinths, looming
Ooh, he
temples,
looks cool.
deadly ruins. These delves, dungeons, and raids are the real font of power, the sacred and defiled spaces from which strength is not just earned, but taken. Across this void-darkened world hide myriad delves overflowing with incalculable danger. Located on the Isle of Quel'Danas, Parhelion Plaza is an outdoor delve that drops you into the heart of the defense of the Sunwell.
I'm quite a big fan
Fight
of the
against
fact they're doing
surge of the
outdoor
void's attack
delves.
by restoring Parhelion's
I
defenses,
think that's good.
commanding an artillery of light.
I can't even remember if there was an
ducking
outdoor
into
delve.
pocket
I haven't really done them
dimensions
much,
and
but
putting down
yeah.
Gladius Slana,
It's kind of cool.
a dominar who uses summoned voidwalkers as weapons against your stand.
Big dinosaurs as well.
Expect to
Nice.
plunge the depths of 9 other delves and one seasonal nemesis delve when Midnight launches. You do not have to face these delves alone. Valera Sanguinar is a powerful new companion with a rogue-minded approach to problem solving. As a DPS, her killing spree ability has her moving through the shadows to lash out at
Man,
multiple.
I love her whole design, and she was actually one of my favourite characters in Heroes of the Storm, which it's unfortunate that they never really continued developing that, because I do actually love MOBA games. But yeah, it's nice to see that she'll be a companion in some of the delves there.
Enemies. As a healer, she uses vampiric reaping to rip away the life force of enemies into orbs you can collect to heal.
That's cool.
And as a tank,
Looks like it'll
she
be more
uses
obvious
your
to see
first
as well.
mistake to taunt and do damage over time to any enemy that turns their back on her to attack her ally. Valera is also a prolific provider of poisons that, depending on her role, empower you with more damage, better avoidance, increased speed, and more. Your adventures in Midnight eventually lead you down darker paths, paths that end in overgrown corridors and ruin-stricken relics, forgotten places of powers
That's cool.
best left
I like the troll
undiscovered.
aesthetic type stuff.
Yet these dungeons promise plunder worthy of the peril, should you have the courage to overcome the challenges within. Windrunner Spire, the former residence of the Windrunner family,
That's cool.
haunts the skyline of Eversong Wood's western shore. The strained relationship of its namesake sisters, Varisa, Sylvanas, and Ilaria, imbues its halls with a sullen, spiteful energy. The restless spirits bound to this animosity
spooky.
threaten all who draw near. Among these spirits walks the Windrunner's soul brother, Lirith, who needs your help in quelling this restlessness.
I didn't know about him.
And clearing his once
new for
great
me?
home of hate. Serenity, however, is not so easily claimed. There are other forces that seek dominion over this domain. Emberdawn, a fire-colored dragonhawk, claims the dilapidated gardens of the Spire as a nest for her young. She is fiercely territorial, answering intruders with both talon and flame. The derelict duo comprised of the Banshee Callis and her loyal
Oh man,
abomination
I love that
Lash
aesthetic. It's all
lead
like
a band of
spooky and
fanatical
classic
undead
World of
in a
Warcraft.
hunt for
Very
relics
cool.
tied to Sylvanas. They meet outside interference with a mix of shadowy magic and brute strength. Commander Krolok, a merciless orc who oversaw countless conquests during the Second War that took Lirith Windrunner's life, stalks the Spire with an insatiable bloodlust. Since being slain in vengeance by Alleria, Krolok knows only torment and the desire to pass it on. The restless heart, a concentrated whirlwind of grief and suffering, born from the conflict of the Windrunner sisters, envelops all who remain in turbulent turmoil. This swirling spectre takes the form of a ranger, combining the power of the wind with volleys of arrows to cut down the uninvited.
Sure, that'll be a good fight.
Windrunner Spire was, at one point, a living embodiment of family and of legacy. With the help of Lirith and your allies, you can make it so once more.
For some reason, I'm getting sort of very classic World of Warcraft type of vibes from this dungeon, so I'm sure I'll enjoy that, just because I do love that aesthetic, that real classic kind of aesthetic. Looks kind of cool. Some mixed bosses and things, so yeah. Looks interesting.
7 more dungeons await you in Midnight, each one crawling with the Cutthroat and the Craven.
Man, that guy looks
Magister's
badass.
Terrace and Murder Row in Eversong Woods. The Den of Nalorak and Mysara Caverns in Zulaman.
Oh yeah, that looks
Blinding
good.
Vale in Harandar. And the Voidscar Arena and Nexus Point Zenith in Voidstorm.
Raids.
The most tyrannical antagonists of Azeroth work their dark deeds from within
In all honesty, I haven't raided properly for like quite a few years, or even a few expansions. I mainly do just end up doing arena because it's easy to kind of jump in and jump out of it, but I'm always impressed with the design of the raids, and of course the encounter design is always amazing. I'm very happy to know that they're going to be trying to make fights around less add-ons, or at least making add-ons specifically in-game and in-house. So I may sort of, I guess, start dabbling within raids again. I guess it just sees, I'll just see how it goes, to be honest. But yeah, I'm sure this will be impressive, so let's have a look.
Midnight's 3 new raids. The Void Spire, where 6 bosses hold court over the heart of the Void and muster against the amassing vanguard of the light as it readies.
Not a big
to
fan of the
storm
aesthetic for
all
this.
of
Looks a bit
Xanatar's
basic,
stronghold.
a bit too voidy.
The Dream Rift, where you must join in the hunt for an undreamt god that never should have been, and put down half-birthed abominations that lash out against existence itself. And the March on Quell Danas, an encounter still shrouded by the fog of war, beyond the known presence of
wonder if you can
Beroden,
get that as a mount.
the void-corrupted
Oh, that.
phoenix, who stakes a ceaseless watch over the entrance to the chambers beyond. The void threatens to end all of Azeroth, to rend the world in the squall of a black tempest. But the extraordinary
New Demon
power
Hunter
it
spec.
carries does provide opportunities to those heroes willing to embrace
Oh
it.
man, that's cool.
Devourer Demon Hunters bend the void
Come
to
on.
their will, ripping
Show us
void
what it's got.
fragments from their enemies and using them as the power
What?
source for cataclysmic spells.
So that's really
They
cool.
are mid-range
That's really
damage
cool.
dealers, armed with a summonable void scythe, darting in and out of the fray as they dance on
Okay,
the line
okay.
between
Blizzard,
control
you
and
have impressed
chaos.
us here. That's very cool.
Voidblade and Hungering Slash work
Just
in
the animations
concert,
look
dash
so
into
polished,
melee
and
range to deliver a series of
I love that
crushing
you've got that
void
kind of
attacks,
mixed
then
range
use vengeful retreat
opportunity to do
escape
different
the enemy's
things.
reprisal. You can also start this combo off with a Void Charged the Hunt. Metamorphosis transforms you into a familiar state of cursed power. The more you feed it, the longer it lasts. Ride the wave of annihilation by tearing apart souls and staying alive. Reap is a sweeping scythe attack that consumes all of your soul fragments for one massive burst of damage. Use Void Ray to cut through enemies in a
sounds good.
straight line and leave them smoldering. Collapsing Star channels the immense energy of a dying star, focusing it into one single destructive
That's
blast.
really cool.
The more you cast it during your void metamorphosis, the stronger it gets. Demon hunters also find themselves with new disciples in Midnight. Void elves are sharpening their warglaives and joining the
Yeah,
hunt.
man, that's going to be awesome. Oh, we're going to get orcs? I've heard some rumours.
Newly awakened to the dire threat of Midnight, the Haranir join the fight for the surface as the next playable allied race.
Maybe, maybe not.
Haranir are deeply entwined with the organic world. Theirs is a culture shaped not by cities or by conquest, but by the roots, the stones, the quiet pulse of the deepest breath of the world.
I feel like Blizzard always surprises us with the allied races that they end up doing. Not that we didn't expect the Haranir. I guess we expected them earlier than we got them, but they never feel like obvious choices, I guess. I mean, to me, it would be stuff like ogres and things like that, but yeah, I mean, it's cool, you know. I'll probably be more impressed when they're actually in-game and give them a try, stuff like that, but yeah, not the most obvious choice to me. But let's have a look.
Their armor, their weapons, their skin.
Kind of look
all
like
are
female
infused with the inner light of
Cultirans,
organic
the
power.
builds, a little bit.
Even the
males look closer to the male night
elves.
elves.
Knows to fear the telltale luminescence of a Haranir's markings in the dense jungle brush. They are primal, ferocious hunters, a force of nature unto themselves, who possess the racial ability to travel along the roots of the world, from Harandar to any world tree, or from
Okay,
anywhere back
so kind of
to
like
Harandar.
Dark Iron Dwarves with
Haranir
the
are versatile warriors
mole
who
machine.
can choose from a wide range of paths, including those of the warrior, hunter, rogue, priest, shaman, mage, warlock, monk, and druid. The last of which
Okay.
has all new forms.
Ah,
that
yeah,
reflect
yeah.
the Haranir's unique
Man.
connection to those.
They are some cool forms. So on the far left, that's going to be, I presume, the cat. Then you've got your tree form. Then you've got the bear form. I'm not sure about the other. Is that an otter? I presume that's going to be the swimming form. Then you've got the bat, which will be flying. And you've got the, yeah, it must be Moonkin. Big fan of the Moonkin. That's very, very cool. And also like the tree form in terms of how unique it looks. The rest look kind of close. The cat's sort of a bit different as well. But yeah, I kind of like the forms. Pretty cool.
Hidden parts of the earth. Prey is a secret opt-in initiative run out of Silvermoon City by Astalor Bloodsworn, a blood elf with what some might call
I think I know
a
what this is. It's
colourful
the new
past.
mode, isn't it?
Astalor is after one thing: anguish, a powerful magic siphoned from Azeroth's deadliest threats. And he's offering generous compensation to heroes who are courageous or foolhardy enough to go chase it. Astalor's lair in Murder Row is your base of operations.
It's like a
Prey.
Fight Club type
The
thing.
place where you pick your targets, track your progress, and collect your rewards, including cosmetics,
Oh man,
mounts, titles, and housing items.
I'll be doing
The
that.
deeper you go, the harder the challenges, and the more you unlock. Prey has 3 difficulties.
They definitely need to do more of this solo-oriented stuff, or, as I've mentioned in a previous video, which I'll link, is to do more participation-based rewards. Now, I know some people in my comments were kind of annoyed by that idea, but if you think about it like this, the majority of the best cosmetic rewards actually come from the highest possible competitive brackets, which for basically 99% of players is impossible to ever achieve. And I don't think they should be rewarded easily, but I think you should be able to farm a currency towards them. The higher your rating that you're pushing, the more of that currency you should get. So obviously you can acquire more of that stuff, but I don't think they should gatekeep any of the rewards. I think all cosmetics should be possible to attain just through participating in the game and doing what you love, whether that's PvE, PvP, or freestyle type stuff, which is pet collecting, professions, etc.
Normal, which serves as an introduction to the system, along with offering plenty of challenge. Hard, where the ambushes get meaner and the encounters more intense. And Nightmare, which is just about the fastest way to gain intimate knowledge of Midnight's many new and scenic graveyards. Prey can ambush you at any time, whether you're questing, exploring, or minding your own business. Each time you defeat your target, you increase your advantage by tiring them out and buying time to find whatever dark hole they're hiding in. Higher difficulties incorporate torments, personal afflictions that only impact you. Torments cause a wide range of effects, like creating an AoE damage puddle under recently deceased foes, or haunting you with a bloody spirit that deals lethal damage when it catches you. A torment can also manifest in the form of Astalor's impatience, forcing you to make a kill within a specific time limit before Astalor simply extracts his payment from you. Prey targets are all different, and all deadly. Magister
That's cool.
Sunbreaker,
So it's like a contract
disgraced
type
blood
thing.
elf whose reckless magic is a threat to Silvermoon and everyone near it. High Vindicator Vareem, a zealot who believes the void can only be defeated by covering the entire world in holy flame, and is ready to put that belief to the test. Executor Canius, a sadistic dominar whose primary hobby is murdering anyone foolish enough to challenge his martial prowess. Prey is a way to add excitement.
The vibe I'm getting from this is sort of like the Brawlers Guild? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this, actually. I think it would actually be a pretty good main mode for people, but it'll probably be one of those things that ends up just being like a side mode. But yeah, pretty cool so far.
Unpredictability and challenge to your journey through midnight. But be warned, there's a reason Astalor isn't chasing these targets himself. For those who tread the worn paths and soaring skyways of Azeroth,
Yeah, show us more
it
of the
is
home
more
stuff.
than a world, more than story, character, or conflict.
Man, I can't wait for player housing.
Azeroth is, and always will be, home. Housing in Midnight is dedicated to that ineffable feeling
Wow,
of being
that looks so
part of
impressive. It
something
really
bigger,
does.
of something greater, of living a real life
So
as a
cozy.
true part of a real world. Housing in WoW
One
is
thing I've noticed is there's more outside lands being shown in this video, so I presume you can sort of choose different lands and things like that, which is quite cool. Well, that's the vibe I'm getting anyway at this point.
built to give you boundless self-expression in the place you call yours. Collect hundreds of decorations and dive deep on customization. Place, rotate, scale, and move items to your heart's content. This is more than changing a coat of paint or choosing a different picture frame. It's a sandbox for your imagination. World of Warcraft has over 2 decades of content, and the time you've
True.
spent in Azeroth over the years will yield a bounty of housing rewards.
They've got a lot of assets that can
Milestones
be
like
used. That's
completing
cool.
your Legion Order Hall campaign, or finishing completionist
I just want to know if you've stuck with us throughout this video so far. Tell us what vibe you want to go for in your house when you make it. Are you going to make something more like a wizard's tower, or are you going to have it like an orcish hut, or what's kind of the vibe you want to go for? I'm very curious to hear that from people. Let us know in the comments.
achievements like Back to the Beyond will award housing items post facto. You'll also earn decor through dungeons and raids, reputation vendors, achievements, quest lines, housing endeavors, the auction house, holidays and live events, and crafting. All professions from all expansions can craft decor. Search the world for lumber, a new gathering resource, and use it to craft decorations that can be bought and sold on the auction house.
That's cool.
Many housing-specific items can be dyed, giving you greater control of the finer details of decorating.
Right, I just want to say, if they're bringing dyes into player housing, in my opinion, it's pretty much confirmed that armors will eventually be able to be dyed. Which, let's be honest, we all want to dye our armor. We all want to have a unique look. We want to create more customization within our experience in World of Warcraft. To me, this is confirmed at this point, so I'm kind of hyped at this point.
Imagine your dream home. Collect and craft the decor to bring it to reality. Then tweak it until it is just right. Floor plans are flexible. You can rotate and stack rooms to create multi-floor structures. A variety of room types and shapes are available, including normal squares.
If you've played Palia, which is very heavy into player housing and customization, having this top-down view is actually very helpful in a lot of instances, so it might look a little bit strange at first, but it's really, really useful.
And rectangles.
Also, you
L
should try
and T
Palia. It's a
hallways,
great game if you
as
like
well as some
customization
more
and player housing.
Fantastical configurations. Advanced mode takes the toolset even further, allowing you to adjust each piece of decor exactly as you want.
Yeah, that's what we want to
Rotate,
do.
Float, scale, and more To make your home
But still, it'd be
a
nice to
perfect
have
reflection
those
of
simpler
your
modes
taste.
where elements just
And
snap
that's
to each
just
other,
the
which is cool.
inside. The outside of your house is also customizable.
Oh,
Place
okay.
your home how you want it on your plot.
Okay, yeah, this
Add
is good.
fountains, statues,
I think
planters,
people
and
weren't
more.
too sure what kind of
Change out
scope
your
would have for
windows.
this outside,
Pick
but
the perfect
yeah,
chimney.
very cool.
Add a tower and decide on the door of your dreams. Exterior plots also have the same advanced mode as
That's all we wanted as WoW players. We just wanted the door of our dreams, right?
interiors for even more modification. At Midnight's official launch, you'll have a choice between exterior themes based on orcs, humans, blood elves, and night elves. These
okay.
aren't just skins. They're full architectural styles with unique customization options. Orc homes feature hide rooftops, bonfires, and rugged surfaces. Human homes are rustic, with sturdy stone walls, warm wooden floors, and colorful banners. Level up
cute.
your house to unlock more flexibility. New rooms and floors, bigger house sizes, increases in the number of spots for decor, and more. Every house is in a shared zone known as a neighborhood, where you and others can show off your homes, build community, and participate in rolling challenges to
That's
earn
going to be
housing
fun.
rewards.
It's going to be a different...
Neighborhood.
It's going to be a sort of different element to the game in the way we interact with each other. So I am kind of hyped about that. I know that you'll be able to play, or you'll be able to be neighbours with your friends and guildies and things like that, but I'm sure there'll be other options where you can interact with different people as well. But yeah, that's honestly, it's really, really cool. Very impressed with that so far.
Feature a wide variety of biomes, from spooky forests and coastal plains in
Yeah, spooky
Founder's
forests.
Point to lush oases
That actually
in
looked like the lighthouse in Westfall. That's kind of nostalgic.
windswept bluffs in razor-wind shores. All contain different kinds of plots. Some are secluded and quiet, while others are clustered for the socially vibrant. Your neighborhood
It's a
is
lot more
faction-coded in
varied than I thought. Actually, I'm really, really impressed with this so far. And as I mentioned again in another one of my other videos, which I'll link, is I do believe at some point in the future we are moving towards a World of Warcraft where we may even get player creations. So not just housing, I mean like quest creation, world influence, destructible elements, and maybe even server creations where you can create specific servers, a little bit like the Warcraft 3 RTS where you had the editor and you could make essentially full game modes throughout that. I think they'll eventually do that because it'll satisfy that need from people who play private servers to just make their own adventures and make their own journeys. So yeah, I think that's the World of Warcraft we're moving towards, which is going to be fully usable assets and full customization and full player creation. So
its
very
aesthetics,
cool.
but not faction exclusive in its residency. You have the choice between two types of neighborhood. Private neighborhoods where guilds or groups of friends can form their own space. Public neighborhoods where you'll find a home among friends you haven't met yet.
Okay, that's good. You know,
Private
it's nice to meet new
neighborhoods come
people.
in two varieties. Guild neighborhoods, which scale to fit your guild roster, and charter neighborhoods, which are capped at 50 homes and are perfect for tight-knit communities. Endeavors are monthly neighborhood-wide activities that bring everyone together to complete tasks, unlock themed decorations, and contribute to helping your neighborhood evolve.
That's cool.
Participate in endeavors to earn
I can imagine
house
there being
XP
some big
and
events,
community
especially if you make
coupons
friends
that
with
give you
these people.
Access to exclusive decor. Above all, housing
These people being the non-guildies, of course.
is designed to help you find your perfect space and transform it to your own fantasy haven. To create your own home, sweet home.
So cozy, so cute.
And there you have it. Thank you so much on behalf of the entire World of Warcraft team for joining us for this overview
Thank you,
of
Ian.
Midnight. And if after what you just saw you can't wait to get your hands on housing, don't worry, because it's coming your way.
I
if
am
you
one
have
of those
Midnight
people.
In early December of this year.
Cool.
Thank you again.
So it's
and
going
we'll
to be
see you in
like
Azeroth.
2 months, essentially. Man, why do they always leave the PvP stuff to last? This is the stuff that I love. Okay, the Exiles Reach update. I'm kind of hyped for that. I've never ever used Law Walking yet. Situational swaps, that's good. Character progression, apex talents. These will be the new talents up to level 90. Oh my god, yes. Nameplate customization, this is awesome. This is what we need. We need baked in add-ons and intuitive stuff and stuff that helps us visualize and improve the way we play. It's very cool. Cooldown manager as well. Combat assistant. I feel like we've got the death recap, haven't we?
Friends, we hope you've enjoyed this deeper look at Midnight. But as you can see, this fight is far from over. The drums of war thunder once again, and Azeroth needs her champions, now more than ever.
Coming 2026. Bit of a wait, but yeah, impressed so far. So the vibe I'm getting from that deep dive is there's not going to be too much changing from like a fundamental level aside from the player housing. In terms of the areas and the aesthetics, a couple were hit and miss for me, but things like the revamped Silvermoon City and the Zul'Aman stuff is really, really impressive. That's very cool. In fact, I'd love to see the Zul'Aman trolls on the Horde and the Haranea just go into Alliance. So very, very impressive. I do believe, though, that the Haranea are going to be on both factions anyway. But yeah, other than that, there's not too much changing. I know we've got the Prey mode there, which is going to be that solo kind of contract, go kill a boss in the world type thing. So that's novel and new. I don't think it'll really be a big thing. For me, like I say, I do think player housing lays the groundwork for a future where player creation and player input is going to be much bigger than it currently is, and much bigger than probably most people will imagine it could be. So yeah, kind of mixed on that one, and I feel like it was a little bit of a letdown that they literally just crowbarred the new battleground thing in right at the end. There was no kind of exploration in terms of what the objectives entail or anything like that. But nice to see Chris Metzen as always. He's looking cool and wisdomous. But yeah, if you enjoyed that reaction, then I would appreciate a like, appreciate a subscribe, and if you can share so I can bring more weekly content and videos. And yeah, if you can leave some comments down below, definitely be interested to hear your thoughts and feelings on that, especially in regards to the player housing. I want to know what kind of vibe you're going for, if you want to have that kind of wizard's tower or if you want to have an orcish hut, etc. That would be cool to know. But yeah, I appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for now, guys. Bye.